Hello everyone, it's Suri here. How you doing? Today I'll be making crackling pork belly. Let's get started. I have a kilo of pork belly here. I already washed it with salt and water. I've scored the meat to help the marinade penetrate as deeply as possible. For the marination, I use garlic powder, 5 spice, fermented bean curd, paprika powder, sugar, chicken powder, pepper, and soy sauce. It's better to use garlic powder because if you use fresh garlic, it'll get burned when you roast the pork. I won't add salt because I use fermented bean curd for my recipe to make the meat juicier. However, if you don't like it or if you don't have it, you can use a teaspoon of salt instead. I will mix up the combination until it gets consistent and smooth. Mix it up, mix it up. Then I'll rub the pork with the mixture. Don't forget to season 4 sides of the meat as well. Now I put the pork belly into a piece of foil. I flip it onto the skin side. Please try not to get the seasoning on the skin. There's a secret to make a nice crispy pork belly. For my recipe, I dehydrate the pork skin by 2 methods. Keep it in the fridge overnight uncovered. Please remember uncovered, and I'll use salt. I'll fold the foil like this to keep the pork inside, and I'll put it into a tray and keep in the fridge for 24 hours with no wrapping on it. The purpose of keeping the pork in the fridge is to dehydrate the skin. So when we roast it, the skin will get puffed up and it will be crispy. If there is moisture remain in the skin, it won't be crispy. You can eat crackling pork with bánh hỏi, rice, noodles, or anything you like. Personally, I like noodles a lot, so today I'll eat it with noodles. I'll heat up water in a pot, then add a pinch of salt. Once the water is boiling, I'll cook the noodles for about, let's say, 15 minutes. In the meantime, I will cover the pork skin with salt. For the first dehydration process, in Vietnam we dry the meat under natural sunlight because the weather is very hot throughout the year. But in Australia, it's winter now, so there's no sunlight even in daytime. That's why I keep it in the fridge. Now for the second dehydration process, I use rock salt to dry out the moisture from the skin. If you don't have rock salt, it's fine to use cooking salt. However, I recommend to use rock salt so the skin won't absorb the salt and make it salty. I roast the pork in the oven at 230 degrees for half an hour. The noodles are cooked now. I drain it and rinse it through cold water. The pork is ready! Yay! You can see that the skin is drier. Make sure you remove all the salt, otherwise your pork will be very salty. I transferred the pork belly into a new foil now. The foil helps to save the fat and juice from the meat, so I can use it to make the sauce for my noodles later. Usually, fat will come out from the pork belly, but my pork cut today is quite thin and lean, which is sad, but it's okay. I'll add in a little bit of hot water to keep it juicy. Use a paper towel to wipe out the salt, water, or whatever it is on the surface. Then I'll put it back into the oven. I'll remain the heat at 230 degrees and set the timer at 40 minutes. The setup might be slightly different, depends on your oven and the size of your pork belly. You can see the skin starts to puff and crackle. Please keep an eye on it to make sure that it's not burned. The skin crackles evenly and perfectly after 40 minutes. Now I'll take it out from the oven. Oh my god, look at this! It's puffy and crispy. But don't cut it up right away. We gotta let it rest for 10 minutes. Now I'll cut it up into smaller pieces. Yummy! I'm making the sauce using pork fat, then add in a teaspoon of sugar, soy sauce, and chili. Thank you for watching my vlog. I hope you like it. I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye!